I like that we both went up for our claps.
Welcome back, everyone.
Episode 5.
Número 5.
Sure.
It is.
I'm still sick, so it's a water shot for me.
And I'm still going through the limited edition S'mores Baileys I just found out.
Okay, cheers. So, you said that you had an update for me about Friends.
An update, yeah.
If you don't know who Franz is, listen to our other episodes. We mentioned Franz in the beginning of one of them. Episode 2, we talk about Franz. It's a whole thing. We're not going to get into it here.
But
you said that you had some limited edition information.
Limited edition, yes. So, after Kyle heard that part of the podcast, because I was laughing to myself as I was editing, he you know him. He likes looking things up on his phone. He's very much he has to look at stuff. He's a quick little encyclopedia. And so he started looking up stuff about Franz, and he told me,
there's information about Franz just out there.
He has a Wikipedia page.
I love that for Franz.
So
he's making it big.
Well, he's dead.
He made something big. He
had
a big crash.
Big
Anyways,
hole in the ground. Anyways, I found out. He was not an inventor.
If he's not an inventor, then what is he doing?
He was a tailor.
Like, who makes clothes?
Like the clothes, yes.
Like the giant bedsheet that he used to fly.
Exactly like that.
Which of his friends told him that's a great idea?
All of them were tried to talk him out of it. His wife, his friend, everybody tried to talk him out of it. That was also in the Wikipedia page.
Oh my god. Franz. He was a dreamer.
Franz was a dreamer. He
was a tailor. He wasn't an engineer, though.
He was not.
He was not
an engineer.
There was no hope there.
No.
I don't know what he was thinking. And clearly, none of his friends or family knew what he was thinking either.
So, that's the update that I have. Oh, another update that I wanted to bring up is also, this one was in episode 3. Celine the spider is officially dead. I have not seen her since that happened. It's been like 2 weeks now. I think she would have shown herself.
Yeah,
I think she died.
She's R.I.P. Celine.
She's a cute little spider that lived for like 4 days.
She's only 4 days.
It was not for that long at all.
Oh my gosh, I thought Celine was alive longer than that.
No.
You made it sound like, that's Celine, like, we've known her for so long.
Yeah, 4 days.
No, 4 days, and then your cat. Murder.
Yes. We are using the same ones as we did last episode, just switching. So I'm doing the Mystic Sisters, and she's doing the Woodland Wardens.
Ooh, the art on this one's so pretty. Oh.
Whoa. Okay. That one flipped.
Let's see.
That one flipped upright.
Oh, God, I have 2.
Oh, okay. I'll get a second one. You're like, oh, no.
They both came out.
That one. This one came out. Ooh, this one came out reverse.
Ooh. Oh.
You also are going to need a booklet at the end.
Yes. No, I have them memorized.
Oh, wow, that's impressive. I don't even know that. Okay. I believe I go first this time?
I believe you go first this time.
Okay.
So,
the theme for this week, as we've mentioned, we have a theme for every week. The theme for this week is television. So, anything spooky related to television, basically.
Yeah.
So, I picked The Curse of the Poltergeist trilogy. Do you know anything about it?
I feel like I watched the movie with you, but I don't remember anything.
We didn't finish it because we fell asleep because it wasn't as good as I remember.
There's like a clown somewhere in the movie. That's it.
You're right.
That's all I got.
That's like a teeny little part that has really nothing to do with anything else.
Yep.
So, if you've never seen the movie, spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
I should say. But it did come out in 1982. So not spoilers. Yeah. That's like, if you don't know that Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father. Like, that's...
Yeah.
Spoilers, it's just kind of on you. Oh, sorry.
So sorry.
Anyway. So it was about a family that moved into this house, and then some, like, really creepy shit begins to happen. Mm-hmm. So their youngest daughter, who is 5, starts to talk to the TV.
Dude, at that point, I've seen enough horror movies to know where this is going.
Yeah, already.
If that was my child, you're homeless now.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're done.
We're done. I'm moving. You're staying here.
Chairs get moved around the dining room. Like, she leaves for a second, she comes back, and all the chairs are, like, stacked on top of each other in, like, creepy ways.
No.
Yep.
No.
Like, a tree that's outside, like, taps on the window and, like, tries to, like, grab the kids and stuff, along with a clown doll. That's the part you remember.
Clown.
And the younger daughter, Carol Ann, literally gets sucked into another dimension through, like, a portal in like the closet.
In the closet, so it's not even in the TV.
No, that's just how they communicated.
Oh,
to her.
Okay. Oh, so the youngest daughter who's talking to the TV is the one who gets sucked into the closet.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, it turns out their house was built... this is so weird. Their house was built on a native ancient burial ground.
Okay.
And they just, like, moved the headstones, but they didn't actually move the bodies. So that's where, like, the poltergeists come from. So the inspiration for this trilogy actually came from a family that lived in New York in the 1950s.
Oh.
They're the Hermans with 2 N's.
Oh.
They moved into a house on Long Island, and over the next 2 months began to experience some very frightening and unexplainable things. Mm-hmm. Bottles would explode and launch caps across the room, randomly.
Dude, no.
A statue of the Virgin Mary exploded and broke a mirror that was on the other side of the room. So that's just really bad. If the Virgin Mary statue you have all of a sudden breaks, I feel like that's just really not good.
Like, I don't know. I just feel like you're experiencing these things, okay?
Uh-huh.
These people stay in the house.
Yeah, but what if they don't have any other place to go?
They don't have any other family. Like, if that was my... Oh my god.
Oh, dude, well, obviously
I'd be living in your living room.
Obviously, you
don't care if you don't want me there.
100%.
I'll live on your balcony.
You would be on the balcony for sure.
Like, I'm not... Like, even if you're not awake when I come, I'm... Just being out of the house is good enough for me.
Yeah, that's
Sleep
true.
in your car. Come on.
That's fair. That's a fair point. But yeah.
Virgin Mary explodes and you're like, better go back to bed.
Yeah.
No.
No, thank you. Oh, there's a beeping. No, we're good. Okay.
We're good.
Also, a bookcase fell over.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
And no child got injured?
Surprisingly, no.
Okay.
But that could have been really bad. Also, though, like, when you have small kids, aren't you supposed to, like, nail things to the wall anyway?
See, that's where I'm confused about parenthood. Because, like, technically anything could, like, suffocate a child, you know? Like, you have a laundry basket over there. Like, if that falls over on, like, a baby,
done.
They could die if 100%. They're there long enough.
Well, yeah, you have to fully baby-proof.
But, like, you have chairs. Like, chairs can topple over. So, like, I just don't know. I think the issue is that children are getting not supervised. Because if you have a bookshelf and you have a kid, like, if you're there, they're not going to be, like, suffocating underneath it. Because you're,
climbing it to make it fall over. Yeah,
right. So, anyways, I think, yes, you're supposed to, like, I don't know, like, tape them. Not, like, tape, but you know what I mean.
Them
like,
to the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Attach them to the wall.
Yeah.
But if you're just supervising your children, you shouldn't need to do that anyways.
I agree.
I'm not calling out your parents out there,
but... So... The Hermans, the family, called the police...
2 N's.
With 2 N's, yes. The family called the police, but obviously the police can't really do anything because...
They called the police?
Hello? Yeah. Yeah. Well, at first I guess they thought that there was, like, some hooligan teens that were... But, like,
fair.
no.
That's fair.
So, one time officers were actually at their house taking a look around and was almost hit by a globe that flew across the room. So they, like, fully believed it, too, but they were like, we can't do anything for you. There's like, nothing here.
Let me just come out.
Yeah.
Put your hands in the air.
Eventually, they called a priest to help. It's unclear if he was actually able to get the poltergeist, but it is known that whatever was haunting them stopped in March of 1958. We don't know if it was from him exorcising the house or... if it just, like, moved on or something.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Well, did he exercise them around that date?
It doesn't say. But they don't know. Yeah. So then the curse of the trilogy. A lot of people think that the movies themselves are haunted, or like the set was haunted, basically.
Really?
Yeah, because there were a lot of like weird deaths that surrounded the movies. Some people think that this has to do with the fact that, so there's a scene in the first movie where like the mom falls. So they're like building a pool in their backyard.
Okay.
And like an in-ground pool, so they have to like dig and stuff. And it was like raining really heavy one night, and it starts to like fill up with water.
Okay.
And she like is trying to run away from something, and falls into this pool that's like filled with water, and there's like skeletons floating all around the pool.
Oh.
Yeah. So, they were real.
What?
They were real skeletons.
Where did they get those?
I don't know.
Where do you find?
I don't know. I don't know. They just had them.
I'm assuming there was a lot of skeletons.
A decent amount, yeah.
Because, like, one is, yeah. I mean, it's still, like,
There were a decent amount.
But I'm assuming there was at least 6 or more.
I would say so. I haven't seen it in a long time, though, so if you know, let me know.
That's a lot of, like, one... That's a person at that point, if it's real.
Yeah.
So you have one dead person's bones. But they for sure had more than one.
Yeah.
So that means they had multiple people's dead bodies on set.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah. And, so the people, like the producers and, like, the prop people knew that they were real, but they didn't tell the actors that they were real. So she literally had to do this scene with, like, real bodies around her.
And she doesn't even know.
And she had no idea until after the fact.
I love that.
Oh, yeah. It's
Why
really great.
keep it a secret? Just tell her.
Anyway. So when they started filming the sequel to the movie...
There's a sequel?
There's 3. Trilogy, remember?
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't connect the dots on that one.
So, for the sequel, someone did an exorcism on the set, like came in late to do an exorcism on the set because they were, like, scared because of the use of the real skeletons that had been used in the movie before. Yeah.
The producers, like, paid somebody.
Oh, no, he was an actor in the movie.
Oh, and
an actor in the movie. He was a Native American actor that was like, we're not messing with this, and like just
wow.
Yeah.
I love that. He's like, guys, like, let's take this seriously. A little bit.
So okay, here are the different deaths that happened. So one woman, Dominique Dunn, she was the actress that played the eldest sister of the family. Shortly after the first movie was released, her ex-boyfriend strangled and killed her. Next, the actor who played the preacher in the movie, Julian Beck was his name. He died of stomach cancer right around the time the movie released, and he was only 60.
Oh my gosh. That is young.
The guy who performed the exorcism.
Yeah. Tell me.
He died of malnutrition and post-op kidney failure.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people to die. Like,
there's more.
Oh, okay. Well, continue.
There's more. There were also just like several other actors that played smaller roles that weren't as big as like these ones that died just after the release of the movie. Like there was this one guy who he had like a smaller role, and he was found murdered in his house from like an axe. Who just has an axe nowadays? You know. You know.
That's such a good question. These are all like.
There's more. The most well-known one.
Oh.
Was the actress who played Carol Ann, like the 5-year-old.
Oh my gosh.
Her name was Heather O'Rourke. She was 12 years old when she died of a heart attack and sepsis as doctors performed surgery on her to remove a bowel obstruction after she had been incorrectly diagnosed with Crohn's disease. and then her body went into like sepsis, and then they tried to remove the part that had gone into sepsis, and she died of a heart attack on the table. She was 12.
She was 12.
And that was like a couple months before the release of the last movie.
How are they all happening? Like, within the same, like, at least relative time period.
Yeah. And then one of the actors almost died because a plane that he was on crashed. And 27 of the 51 people that were on board died. And he didn't. But people are still like, okay, well, obviously it's the curse because, hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. They redid the movie in 2015, like the first one.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. So far, there hasn't been anything that's happened to anyone.
Okay.
So that's good.
That is good.
So, but now it's like, there's the question. Like, is it a curse of some sort? Or is it just a weird coincidences?
There's no way, dude. That's a lot.
It's a lot. Just like the Kennedy curse. Have you heard of that one?
No.
Oh, write that down. I will be covering that. Yeah, because there's just like a lot of the Kennedys have just like died randomly, like plane crashes and like, you know, assassinations and stuff like that. Obviously. There were two actually that were killed from assassinations.
Oh.
Him and his brother. Oh. He was running for like senator, house, something like that.
Can't run for senator.
Yeah.
Like a murder. Assassin.
Is
Murder is different.
It's the same technically, but assassin is like when you're killing someone who is like a public figure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like how someone tried to... I don't want to get political.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it after. Okay. We can talk about it.
So that's the Poltergeist.
No, it's the Poltergeist.
I didn't know that it was like... I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, we didn't even, like, finish
I think we fell asleep, to be honest with you.
No offense to...
we should try and watch it again. We're a little older and can pay attention to a little more boring things.
Yeah. No offense.
No offense.
Everyone involved.
I mean,
no offense to the dead bodies.
I found it terrifying when I was a kid. That's for sure. I hated it. Especially the clown part.
I didn't even watch... Like, I did not watch that movie. I didn't watch movies like that when I was a kid.
Oh, I did. I watched Signs. I watched Jaws. I watched that.
Well, I watched Jaws. I watched all the Jaws movies. I was obsessed with sharks and afraid of sharks. Was with my tattoo of sharks.
Large tattoo.
I've always liked sharks, and it's because of Jaws, which is weird, because Jaws is the reason why everybody hates sharks now. Which we talked about the whole shark thing
we did.
in another episode.
It's such a misconception. You can see that we just talk about the same things every time we see each other. I don't think we learn anything new about each other.
Not at all. We just recycle the same things over and over again. Like Franz. Oh my god, I was thinking about this on the way here. I was like, we should eventually bring up the dying video. I was like, if we're going to talk about Franz, we should talk about every weird thing that we know.
That's by what? It was like turtle or something
Yeah,
like
we'll leave that for a different time, but Mark's got a big penis. The biggest penis in the whole world besides
mine.
Anyways, so for the topic I'm covering under television is broadcast hackers.
Ooh.
I know. So there's a lot. Oh. Like I don't think I looked up like all of them, but I'm not going to cover all of them. Like I had like a list of like 6 or something. I'm going to cover 3.
Okay.
But I'm going to go like, do I want to go in order? Do I not want to go in order? I'm going to not go in order.
I was going to say go in order of like non-creepy to like creepiest.
Okay, yes. So in 1986, April 27th, he was what is he? I think he was an engineer.
Okay.
He was an engineer, and yeah.
Unlike Franz.
Unlike Franz, John R. McDonnell was an operations engineer at Central Florida Teleport Uplink Teleport Uplink Station.
Okay.
Jesus. And he interrupted, he was mad.
Oh.
No, I'm going to wait. He interrupted the night's showing of The Falcon and the Snowman.
The what?
I don't know. It was 1986.
Like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier almost?
But Winter Soldier, Snowman. Stop. Maybe it is. Either way, he interrupted that because he was mad that HBO raised its prices. And so he interrupted it.
Oh my god.
He interrupted it with, like, you know that colored screen, like the colored, like, TV screen, like this?
Oh, yes.
He interrupted it to say, good evening, HBO, from Captain Midnight. He called himself Captain Midnight.
When was this again? I'm sorry.
This was in 1987.
Okay.
I don't want to keep saying 1987. So it says, good night,
I didn't know HBO...
Yeah, I know,
was
right?
around back then.
I know,
that's
right?
why I asked again. I was like, huh?
Good evening, HBO from Captain Midnight. $12.95 a month? No way. Showtime / movie channel, beware. I love that so much. He is so angry about raising his prices. He was like, I have to say something about this.
Oh my god.
And because he was an engineer, he was like, this will be easy for me to do, you know?
Yeah.
They found him. And this was, like, one of the... It was, like, a relatively new crime. Like, this... Obviously, like, TVs were coming out. Like... I think cell phones were...
In the 80s? I don't know.
Yeah, cell phones came out in the 80s. Because my mom told me she first got her cell phone when she was 22 years old.
Oh my god, she was our age.
I know. Imagine just getting a cell phone now.
That's crazy.
There's 2-year-olds who have tablets. Anyways, where was I going with that? It was a new crime because obviously TVs and stuff were like coming out, whatever. So he had to pay $5,000 fine. Was put on probation, and I guess he had an amateur radio license, and that was suspended for a year. So that's it for hacking. But now it's like
I was gonna say, what is it?
Federal crime.
Oh shit.
Yeah, now it's like a big deal.
Okay.
So I think it was a year, 1986. Yeah. So in 1987, November 22nd, the Max mate.
That's birthday.
Is it? Oh
yeah.
my gosh. Well, she wasn't born. The Max Headroom incident. That's what they call it.
Oh.
I guess a Chicago sportscaster was covering the highlights of the Bears game with the Detroit Lions. Ooh, go Detroit.
No way.
They
that's
lost.
Weird.
They lost.
Oh, well, that's not a shocker.
Yeah. But during the 9 o'clock news segment, at 9:14, everything disappeared from the screen, and then 15 seconds later, a hacker shows up, and he's dressed in a rubber mask, wearing sunglasses.
Okay.
And he's dressed as Max Headroom.
I don't know who that is.
No. Max Headroom was like a TV show, I guess.
Okay.
And it was like about this guy who gets into a car accident, and then his personality gets made into this AI. And so, like, this is what he looks like.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, so it's like
really
a TV series
looking, actually,
based on an AI something.
I don't like it.
It got canceled after, like, the second season or something, but yeah. So he's, like, dressing up as this guy.
Yeah.
And for, I think it was, like, 30 seconds, there's no audio. For, like, 30 seconds, it's just him moving around with this mask on. And then it goes back to, like, the guy covering the sports channel. And the guy's like, I don't know what happened just then. Anyways. And then he, like, goes back to what he's talking about.
What?
And then 2 hours after that, the hacker goes to a different channel and interrupts a Doctor Who episode, which people were angry about.
They didn't care about the Lions show or Lions game.
No. The Doctor Who fans were angry.
The Whovians. Isn't that what it is?
I don't know. I was going to say that, but I was like, there's no way that's what they're called. The Whovians?
Maybe it's...
The doctors. They were mad. All the doctors were mad. But he came back. But this time it had audio. So I'm just going to, like, describe what happens in the video.
Okay.
So he starts by just saying, that does it. He's a frickin' nerd. Then he laughs and he mentions this guy from a news channel.
Oh, Okay.
Who's claiming to be better than him.
Oh.
And then he held up a can of Pepsi while reciting the Coca-Cola's slogan, "Catch the wave."
Okay, wait, that's kind of funny.
And then he flipped off the camera. But his middle finger had a rubber extension, so his finger was extra long.
As you do.
And then he was singing a song called "I Know I'm Losing You" by The Temptations, and he hummed the song, and he's muttering phrases from different television shows, and he's screaming nonsense. I hate it. And then he begins to moan.
Oh.
And then after a moment, he paused to claim that he made a giant masterpiece for all the greatest world newspaper nerds, referencing something that one guy said on the Chicago Tribune. He's like, I'm assuming he's like this news guy. He's like angry about that this other person is better than him. About him.
Yeah.
So then he held up a glove that people say like reminds him like a Michael Jackson glove.
Oh, okay.
And exclaimed, "My brother is wearing the other one." He then put it on and said, "But it's dirty. It's like you got bloodstains on it." So he's fully just talking nonsense. He's screaming, he's moaning. I don't understand what's going on.
It was white? The glove was white?
Yeah. And then the camera cuts to a shot of a man's torso and partially exposed buttocks.
Oh.
And then the mask is removed. So it shows the buttocks in his torso, and then it shows the mask, like, just, like, in the corner.
By itself?
Yeah. And the man's screaming, "They're coming to get me," as a female comes into the screen with a fly swatter, telling him to bend over, bitch, and she spanks him with the fly swatter. This whole thing, I just explained so much to you.
Yeah.
It all happens within a minute and 22 seconds, and that includes 30 seconds of the first time he interrupted.
Okay, wait, that's absolutely insane to me because I've definitely heard of this before and I've seen the video, but I didn't know, I think I just saw the silent one.
Yeah.
I didn't know the second one happened. I had no idea there was a female that was involved either.
Yeah, it doesn't like show her face, but.
What the hell?
Yeah. And I guess it was able to happen because there were no engineers on duty at the transmitter tower at the time. So it was really easy for them to just
go there and
just
do it.
This was all pre-recorded. Like
they just had to get there and plug it in to be able to.
Yeah. So
bruh.
That happened.
So that happened.
I just think that's funny. So like the first one, the first one was obviously, like, the guy who was, like, mad about the price raising. And that's, like, hilarious to me.
It is.
That he's like,
are you kidding me?
$12.95 a month. Me.
I mean, for that time?
Yeah, no, I agree.
I get it.
And then this guy, I don't know.
I don't know what he wants.
the goal here. But it's funny. He's getting spanked. I don't know about the blood.
Do you
and the
see him getting spanked?
Yeah.
Oh.
But, so, and then they just went back to the TV show. The guy talking about the game. Love that.
They're just like, nah, we're done.
And then a couple quick things. In 2007, in New Jersey, do you remember the cartoon Handy Manny?
Yeah, I do.
Well, that was interrupted with porn. Yeah. In 2007.
I hope whoever got arrested on, like, child porn. Something about, like...
I don't think they know who did it.
Did they get caught?
No.
Man, dude, are you kidding me?
Yeah. And then in 2009, a disgruntled Comcast employee interrupted the Super Bowl with porn. For 37 whole seconds.
Oh.
That's a lot of seconds.
That's a lot, especially for porn.
A lot can happen in 37 seconds.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl. Do you know how many people were watching that? Do you know how many children?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Handy Manny, but, like, the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
With porn. A disgruntled Comcast employee.
Dude, I remember one time I got this, like, spam, or not spam, someone had, like, hacked someone that I knew's, like, account, but I didn't know that. I was very young. Like, on, their email or whatever. And they had, like, sent me pictures, and I was like, oh, cool. And I, like, went to look at them, and it was, like, straight up just, like, porn pictures. I was very young. I was probably, like, 6 or 7.
You're like, what's happening?
Yeah. I was very confused. And I was, like, looking at all of them.
You're like, huh.
I'm just like going through all of them and I'm like, what's going on here?
Okay. And so then the last one I want to talk about, it's like a 6-minute interruption.
6 minutes?
6 minutes.
That's
and it's creepy.
Long. Oh no.
It's creepy. It's not like I feel like the Max Headroom one is creepy in its own, like, it's like cryptid.
Yeah.
But
Cryptic,
not
cryptid.
cryptid.
If he was dressed up as Bigfoot, it would have been a cryptid.
Stop. Okay.
Anyway.
So, this one happened in 1977 in England.
Okay.
The audio of a Southern television broadcast was replaced by a voice claiming to represent the Ashtar Galactic Command, delivering instructions to humanity to abandon its weapons so it could participate in a future awakening and achieve a higher state of evolution. So it's like 6 minutes of this voice, just like, they call themselves Vrillon,
okay.
a representative of the Ashtar Galactic Command. They say that there are many false prophets and guides operating in your world, and they will suck the energy from you.
How dare they?
How dare
How
they?
dare they?
And they're basically like, you can achieve higher whatever if you get rid of your weapons, and that we're deeply concerned about you and your people, and we want to do what we can to help. Have no fear.
Interesting.
Have no fear.
Have no fear. This is scary.
And nobody knows who did that either. Nobody knows who did that or where it came from. That was never caught.
So it was aliens.
So it was aliens. See, that's the thing that people are like, the other ones, the other interruptions were like funny. There's like porn, which is not funny when children are watching it, but you know what I mean.
But it
porn.
Right.
And then there's the, I don't want to pay that high of a price. And then there's just a man getting spanked by a woman with a fly swatter. Like,
fly swatter.
Those are funny. And then you go to this and you're like, that's
scary.
not funny.
That one's scary.
I guess people were freaking out. They were like calling, like the police, like, what is this?
Oh my God.
What is this? Like,
for 6 minutes.
For
That's
6 minutes.
Crazy.
It's a whole video. You can like find the video. It'll like,
oh
yeah.
You should watch it after this.
Yeah, we should.
Okay.
Because it's like, what are you saying? But yeah, we can't obviously play that here.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
That's so creepy. That reminds me.
So creepy.
There is this like thing that I heard about that was, it was like a radio station thing, and someone had like called in and was like claiming that like, we're nearing the end, like the alien, they're coming, and like I'm the only one that knows how to stop them, and like,
I think you're talking about I was gonna cover this
a
little bit. Well, I don't have the information because I didn't cover it, but I looked into it a little bit. I guess it was like, this radio host who was taking callers. I think this is what you're talking about. But it was a person who claimed that they worked at Area 51.
Right,
and they're
that's
saying,
what it was.
Like, they were saying like all that stuff that like you were saying, and like they you know, they don't want me to like say this and blah 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 blah.
The creepiest part of that one to me when I heard that before is that it just he genuinely sounded panicked. But obviously you can act, like, duh.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I was very young when I watched this, and I was like,
no,
I was so scared because he sounded so panicked, and he was like, they're gonna catch me, but they don't want people to know this, and like.
Well, I think it was a couple years after, or no, not a couple years afterwards. Something, I don't know how long afterwards. Somebody else called into the place and said, "Yeah, you know that one caller, like it was fake. It was fake, and it didn't happen. That was fake."
That's sketchier to me.
I feel like that's way more sketchy than it just coming out. I feel like, do you know what I mean?
I feel like they're trying to cover it up, like, after the fact.
See, it wasn't real.
Right.
They called in.
Yeah. No.
If that was a prank, that person probably doesn't want to call and be like, "Hey, it was a prank." Dude.
Yeah, no.
Like, that's not.
Do you remember when the Area 51 raid happened?
Vaguely.
It was like, I just remember seeing all of there were different like Facebook groups that was like,
oh no.
They were like, canoeing to Area 51 because we can't drive, or like,
what?
like, cycling to Area 51 because we can't, whatever. Like,
that
all
is so
these
funny.
things. And then there were, like, surprisingly, there were more people than I thought were going to show up there. Like, it was only like 20-something people, but it was still more than I expected to show up at.
It was only 20 people?
Yeah, it wasn't that many, but they got someone Naruto running.
I shut my computer.
I did see that.
Yeah.
What was I thinking? It's still recording.
Okay.
Hey y'all, this is Editing Hunter. I just kind of want to explain what's going on a little bit because we had a lot of snafus while recording these last couple episodes. And so what happened here is that I decided it would be a good idea to close my computer while recording, which actually was a bad idea because, well, you know, I'm using my computer to record, so me and Jade did, like, pretty much all of the rest of the episode, and I wasn't recording for any of that, so we had to go back and kind of restate what we already were talking about, and so that's what's happening here. Just wanted to kind of keep you guys updated about what is happening in this episode. Enjoy.
So, disclaimer. We've had a lot of issues this episode. Okay? We've had a lot of issues. And we stumbled upon another issue.
Yep.
Yeah, my thing.
She shut her computer and the mic stopped working.
I did that.
Yeah.
I shut it.
Yeah.
Well, because you don't have your computer, and so I was like, why is my computer open?
Yeah.
But it's because your computer,
is recording, yes.
So, we didn't talk about anything important. We just talked about existentialism.
Area 51.
Area 51, aliens.
That's about it.
That's about it,
That's
and
about
how
it.
we can't think about existentialism or else we panic.
Yeah.
So, which...
Because forever is scary.
Yeah.
So I like...
Forever is scary. We talked about forever.
I like the idea of...
multiple
lives.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do a past life regression, but they're like really expensive.
Well, there's this one video on YouTube that I don't know where I got this video, but I saved it. I think I unsaved it because I never end up watching it. But it's like this guy guides you through like a meditation, and people say that like using that meditation like has helped them see their past lives. So maybe you could look it up on YouTube.
I should.
But
I should.
Yeah, we were talking about how she likes the idea of like, what's the word for that?
Like, reincarnation?
Yeah, like reincarnation.
I like that especially too because I'm really into the whole like soulmate thing.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of like being soulmates like across multiple lifetimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like and like not just soulmates but like soul families.
Yeah.
Like I very much feel like you and like Kyle and like my mom, everyone that's important to me, I feel like has been in my life always. Even my cats. Like it's just a feeling I have. Mm-hmm. And even if it's not true, I like it brings me comfort.
Yeah.
So there.
So
take to the oracle cards. Anyways. I have two. All right, here. I'll do the first one. You got it?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the first one that came out is The Spider and Passion Flower. And there it is. The meaning for this is creative ingenuity. Spiders represent a balance of light and dark. Balance. Cunning yet patient, they spin intricate webs that are both beautiful and deadly. The passion flower is a vining flower that has come to symbolize faith. It was named by 16th century Jesuit missionaries who associated the plant with the Passion of Christ. Its filaments represent the crown of thorns, its 10 petals, the 10 faithful apostles, and so on. 10 faithful. Oh, because there's 11, but I thought there were 13 in the table.
I thought there were 13 in the table, too. Maybe this is... I don't know anything about the Bible.
So it came out upright. And it says, you can solve your problems unconventionally with cleverness. You need only exercise patience in order to fully appreciate the results of your labor. And the questions are, how can I overcome an obstacle using my talents? And when have I solved a problem using my ingenuity in the past?
We've had we're going to have to solve a lot of problems with this recording.
Oh, yeah.
So So we needed that.
So, yeah.
Okay, so mine is Thea. The keywords are illumination and psychic visions. Thea is the goddess of sight and heavenly light.
Ooh.
It says, your intuitive insight is attempting to contact your conscious attention. Put to use your tools that will best enable you to interpret these symbols. Meditate and reflect. Try to recall your dreams by journaling. Some quiet solitude is in order. Thea is the goddess of the blue sky, and with her gift of crystal clear vision, she reminds you of your intuitive gifts and how they must be attended to. I feel like when we talk about, like symbols and signs and stuff, you're so good at, like, seeing them.
Dude, it's crazy.
I feel like I never see them.
That's so interesting to me.
Yeah. Like, it just, like, doesn't come...
Synchronicities is, like, my thing. Like, I started texting Kyle because I would see, throughout the summer specifically, I would be, like, at work, and I just finished preserving some bottles, and I had to write when I finished preserving it, and I would, like, just grab my phone out of my pocket, and it would be, like, 333. And it started happening so frequently that I had to start texting Kyle every single time it happened so that he could understand just how insane it was, and even he admitted, he was like, okay, that's, like, an abnormal amount.
Yeah.
And, like...
And he's very
obviously, skeptical. It's like it can be like a confirmation bias type of thing too, or like what's it called? It's some phenomenon that, like, when you are aware of it, you're going to see it more. And that's fair. But also I saw a thing that was talking about that's like, yeah, that could be the case. But the whole point is to be intuitive and to, like, know yourself. So even if you are seeking it more, that can be validation that more is, like, you are comforted by guardian angels or, like, whatever. So
I think, like, I was telling you, and I think it was in one of the episodes we were talking about, like, spirit animals, or we pulled a card that was, like, bees or something. I can't remember. No, it was in those videos. You sent me, like, the YouTube videos where they, like, pull tarot cards and you do a reading.
Yes.
One of them said that my spirit animal for this moment or something, like, was bees. And then I remember telling you, like, bees have been in our house. Like, I swear, every time I go to the sliding glass door to let my dog out, there's a bee just, like, floating there, trying to get out. Every time. And I'm like, don't know, we've never had bee issues before.
That's so
bees have never, like, gotten into our house. And then, like, for, like, a month or two, that was happening. And then I saw that video, and I was like, no way. Like, I noticed it when somebody told me.
Yeah,
you know
after,
what I mean?
Yeah, you, like, look back, and you're like, wait, I have seen a lot of bees.
There's a lot of bees.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So.
Okay, the next one is the rooster and sunflower. Little peeky rooster. Oh. It landed upright again, so that's extra confirmation. Yep. So, this is the card of the good leader and the kind king. Roosters wake before the rest of the farm, alerting everyone to the rising sun. They are protective of their territory and self-confident, but they are good communicators, honest, and capable. The sunflower is often the tallest bloom in the garden, rising high and turning its face towards the sun. While it may hover over other flowers, it bestows warmth and joy on any garden. And for upright, it says, you are well suited to positions of authority. Remember that clear and open communication is key to successful leadership. And the questions are, how can I improve my communication, and what styles of communication do I admire in others?
I feel like that can relate a lot to what you were telling me earlier.
That's exactly what I was thinking about.
Communication is key, guys. If there's anything I've learned from going to school for social work, communication is key.
Yes.
I love that.
Well, that just called me out.
Yep. So mine is dryads. It's, like, really cool. It's like this lady in the middle, and then, like, all the greenery around her is formed into people.
And then, like, the henna hands at the bottom.
Yeah. So dryads keywords are wisdom and grounding. It says dryads, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know how else it would be
dryads,
pronounced.
it is, yeah.
Dryads are female nature spirits who preside over groves and forests. Each tree in the forest has a dryad as a protector, and when a tree dies, its dryad guardian dies with it.
Oh, no.
When you walk through a forest or garden, you may notice certain elemental beings or natural spirits call out to you to come closer, and other voices are forbidding and you naturally stay away. This is a high-frequency form of communication that those who spend time in nature know very well. Spending time outdoors improves focus, reduces stress, and accelerates healing both physically and spiritually. This card is a reminder to get some fresh air, fall in love with a tree, bask under the shade, make a connection, and listen to the wisdom of the tree sisters.
That's really cute.
It is really cute.
Huma and I are going for a walk in the forest on Thursday.
Stop. Okay. Well, those all connected very well to each other.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, that's always the craziest thing to me, because a lot of times it's like, oh, it could be your higher self, it could be whatever. Who cares if it's your higher self, or if it's a spirit guide, or if it's whatever. I just like the idea of, especially when things can connect, because it can bring you introspection on things that you might not have originally thought of, and then it's brought to your attention, and you're like, oh.
Because I think a lot of people, it's easy to, like, go through life without having that introspection and without, like, thinking deeply about yourself.
Definitely.
But, like, doing stuff like this, like you said, is, like, it's calling yourself out.
Exactly.
Like, this is happening in your life, take notice of it. And you're like,
oh,
it
you're
is
right.
happening in my life.
Yeah. Well, cool.
Yeah.
Yay. All right. That
Episode
brings us to the
down.
end of episode 5. Yay. Let us know if you have any suggestions for video ideas or themes or whatever. We have lots of themes planned, but we don't have to. We don't have to follow them.
They aren't important to us.
Like, that was just something for us to be able to follow along and have an idea of what to look up. So if you have an idea or something specifically you want us to cover, like, let us know, and you know, we'll push back the other themes. So
for sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.